And the reason I sound like this is because I'm fucking sick. Okay? I'm fucking sick. I'm actually deteriorating. I'm getting worse as time is going on. I should be sleeping. I should be sleeping. So if you're listening to this and can't see how quickly I'm deteriorating through this podcast episode, just know that this is dedication that one day will pay off. But for right now, I'm completely regretting my decision because my throat's killing me. But we're gonna bang this out. We're gonna bang this out. I'm gonna try to drink my way through it with some soda because Coca-Cola is life. Shout out to Coca-Cola. Drink it all day, every day. This is gonna be a difficult one. It's gonna be a difficult one. But anyway, let's just get into the topic of the day. I have decided that the topic of the day for this podcast is going to be, that's better. Oh, that tastes weird. That tastes weird. It doesn't actually taste like Coke, which makes me nervous of what sickness I'm not even going to go into it. Anyway, so today's topic of the day is going to be something that I've been dealing with for some time now, ever since I've gotten a little popular girl on TikTok. And that's what I can only associate as, I don't even know what to call them, clever name for them other than men that were meant to be women. I know it sounds bad, and please don't cancel me. I'm more so saying I think these men were maybe born with a couple extra hormones that have then caused them to feel as though they need to act more female-like while then still trying to portray themselves as masculine. Hear me out, because it's not going in the direction that you think it's going. I post videos on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and I typically do as TikTok tells me to do, which is follow the trends, post the trends, okay? Now, mind you, we are talking about 30-second, sometimes even 15-second songs that have little dancey dances that you do. Boom, you get it done, you post it, check that box off for the day, did the trend, okay? Because as most of you know, I did not become little TikTok popular out of actually trying to. It happened off of a stupid ass video of the sky, okay? But I am also a businesswoman. My brain works in certain ways. So knowing that my following is typically going to be a man, of course I do the little dancey dances that come with the fucking trends, because that's what gets the fucking views. That's what pays. So anyway, obviously some people don't understand how TikTok works and the fact that you have to do these little trendy trends when you're a creator, because that's what keeps it going. And the more shit that you have going, the more positive things come from it. So, it's like a side hustle. A lot of people don't realize that. This is, sure, it could be fun, but it's more of a side hustle, But unfortunately, lately, I've been noticing that there are men that follow me, aka a fan, that then has this ungodly desire to have to comment on my videos some ignorant shit that half the time doesn't even make sense, isn't even true, but they can't watch the video and just enjoy it. They have to say something negative about it that they think is going to hurt my feelings. But little do they know, I don't have any feelings to fucking hurt, because if I gave a shit of what you thought about it, I probably would have posted it, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm posting it because that's what I want to do. So for instance, there's this one that's been, he's This one has been on a roll, okay, on most of my videos that I'm doing a little dancey dance to or something, you know, a little shaky shake. They are adamant on commenting on these specific videos. I'm not going to say who they are. I've given them enough attention. I'm not going to do it. But they are not the only ones that do it. And it's mind-boggling to me. So then naturally, I respond back with some sarcastic shit because it's who I am. And they almost try to father me in a way that is confusing. It's like, oh, well, I am a fan, but your content is getting, it's getting kind of loose. It's getting kind of hoish, which is ironic, being that most of my content is filmed fully clothed, usually with like a turtleneck on and a sweater. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn by any means, okay? But I do know my fan base, and I do know the comments and the DMs that I get on a regular basis. If I was to be putting out hoe-like material and content on this page or the constant request for an OF page, I would be making a lot more money than I make on TikTok right now. I choose not to. It's not my thing. I'll do a little thing here and there, I'll get dressed up here and there. But I'm not going to overdo it because it's never been who I was, and it's not going to be who I am. But just because I do a little fucking 15-second little dance, I could be doing so much worse and making so much more. So it's like, stop playing with me. I don't understand this concept. I don't understand this concept. Because I clearly know what I could do, and I choose not to do it. So for you to make comments, that are implying that I'm being slightly whorish now is insanity. It's insanity, because if I was being whorish, I wouldn't need to make 15-second fucking videos. I'd be making more than enough money. I wouldn't have to do it anymore. So I don't really know what's wrong with them. I don't really know what their deal is, Then I love my favorite comment of all has to be the, "You're a mother." No shit, Sherlock. I'm pretty sure that this body of mine carried those 3 children and pushed them out without an epidural. So I remember it very vividly. I'm well aware that I am a mother, a whole entire mother of 3. The fuck does that mean? It doesn't mean anything to me of what I'm doing on TikTok. Again, I'm not half naked, and if I was, who gives a shit? I wear bikinis on the beach. There are men, husbands, dads, brothers, sisters, wives that have seen more of me on the beach than any of you have ever seen on this fucking app. Most of the time I'm in the water and a wave's coming and my top is probably falling half the fuck off. It's not that big of a deal, So this whole idea of you're a mom, so you can't do certain things. There's fucking mothers out here on OF making money and buying houses for their fucking kids. You can't knock it. It's always amazed me when I see these comments, not only to me, but to other moms and other people my age, and all these harsh opinions of the fact that, us being a mother, we shouldn't be doing certain things. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? What in your mind am I supposed to be doing? Clutching my fucking pearls and making porridge recipes on here? Like, what is the exact mold that some of you think us mothers should be pertaining to? Because I don't understand if you maybe forgot how the fuck kids are made and what the fuck we did to make these children. Am I supposed to be the Virgin fucking Mary? Just be having children and not having any sexual intercourse in the process? I'm not supposed to be sexual at all? It's just a little weird to me, especially when it's grown men. These are not kids. These are not bitter women, okay? These are not women that are jealous and all that shit. There's actually never women on my page saying anything. It's always men, which is even odder to me. And specifically, like, middle-aged men. For instance, this specific person is middle-aged, okay? Married, I don't know. Has two younger daughters, I think. It's just really odd to me. First, why are you on TikTok following me? You clearly were following me for a reason. And then it's like, Are you just, is it the whole misery loves company situation? Is that actually what it is? I don't put out man content. I'm not showing you how to build a fucking playground or work on a fucking tractor. So it's not like you're following me for any type of DIY projects. So if you're following me, it's for a reason. So I never understand it. It's like, it doesn't make logical sense to me for a grown person to make any type of negative or nasty, most of the time incorrect assumptions towards anybody. Like my other video, it was the trending sound of, I like doing iconic shit that everyone was doing, and they were just putting things that they've done or are, and putting the sound to it of saying I like doing iconic shit. So I had my kids early. It was honestly like a half joke. This man took it to the heart and said it was because I was promiscuous. Sir, you couldn't be more wrong if you tried to be. If there is one thing in this world that I am not, and could be, but I am not, it is promiscuous. Okay? I had my first child at 18 years old. I was in a serious relationship. I then got into my next relationship and had 2 more children shortly after, and was married to that person for almost 12 years. Let's do a little math here. I'm 32 years old. Okay? So I've basically been in a serious relationship / married since I was 18. To say I'm promiscuous is just, it's just stupid. It's just dumb. And even if I was, what effect does that have on a grown-ass man with kids? It's just fucking weird. I think people are fucking weird. I think they're just miserable as fuck and they're mad. Maybe there was a girl that looked like me in high school that turned his ass down, and now he's taking it out on me, and I don't even fucking know him. I don't know. Luckily for me, social media will never get to me because I truly do not give a fuck. I just don't care. You can't care. If you care, you're going to be eaten alive. It's just, I make it more into a joke. I'm more of a laugh at my pain, make light of the situation, dark humor kind of girl. That's just how I am. So if you comment something stupid on my post, I'm going to respond back in a very hurtful way, sarcastically, because the thing is, you're saying you're trying to hurt me. So now it's a challenge, and there's nothing more than I like than challenges. I'm a very competitive person. So if you come on my page and you're following me as a fan and you go on my video and say something ignorant and try to hurt me and try to be disrespectful and think that when you're done being an internet thug and you push send and you're like, haha, that's going to hurt that bitch's feelings. It's not. And now your feelings are going to get hurt because now I'm competitive and now I'm going to make sure that I hurt your feelings more than you tried to hurt mine. And at the end of the day, mine are not even hurt. And now it's public. So now you're getting your feelings hurt publicly and your ego's being hurt publicly. So it's not a good idea all around. I don't think it's a good idea. I think any man on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these things, I truly think that if you see something you don't like, refrain yourself from being mad at the fact that you are lonely, cannot get a good-looking woman, the woman you have isn't what you want. Refrain from all of those emotions coming up when you see a good-looking person online, and just don't say anything. Just stop, because now you're publicly humiliating yourself. Because not only are you making a stupid-ass ignorant comment, but people are going to click on your page to see what the fuck you look like, because they're going to be like, oh, who has the audacity and the balls to say something like this? This is weird. This is random. Then they're looking on your page, and what do they see? A middle-aged broke man that clearly has no life and is following younger women on TikTok that they find attractive and probably want but can't have. So now you're trying to bring me down with you, man. Don't do that shit. It's not cute, It's not cute. Advocate for yourself. It's not a cute thing to do. You know, it's just honestly fucking weird. I'm tired of social media being weird. I try to make it fun. You know, I look at social media like it's a way of meeting people you would never meet. Because in all reality, I don't actually like people and I don't go out anywhere. And if I do, I stick to myself. So the chances of me actually meeting somebody slim to none because I don't put myself in situations to do it. So sometimes I try to look at social media and TikTok as like a way of the universe being like, hey, if your dumbass actually got out in the world and actually decided to people, this is someone that you could meet. So I let the universe work its way through social media for me, although it's been failing me to some extent. I'm not going to lie. The ones that have been sent my way, the universe is trying to play games with me. That's the problem. But 2024 is like a couple days away. So it's all good. It's all good. We're going to get through this year. But just know that next year is really going to be my year. Because the level of I don't give a flying fuck next year is going to be top tier. It's just going to be top tier. As it should be for anybody. You have to start being selfish with yourself. You can't care what other people think, say, want, don't want, like, don't like. You cannot. Repeat after me. You cannot care what other people want, like, don't want. You can't do it, man. I'm branching out. You know, I'm trying this whole podcast thing. I'm going to attempt it. Whether it's successful or not, I don't really care. Honestly. It would be nice if it is. But if it's not, it's more of a, I tried it, I did it, I didn't mind it. And then we just go from there. You know? I would like to start getting this to be more of an engaging thing. I would like it to be more of a, you know, not just me talking about random shit for, you know, half hour. But like anything else in life, it takes time. It takes effort and it takes work. You can't expect things. I mean, granted, sometimes it happens and kudos to anybody that has blown up overnight. But it's not realistic. And I don't live in an unrealistic world other than my delusional states that I get in with some men. But other than that, I'm pretty realistic. So it's like if this takes off and ends up being something great, cool. I don't mind it. But if not, that's cool too. Because I just fucking did it. And that's fine. It is what it is. But I would like to say, now that I'm actually keeping up with this, even though I'm fucking dying inside, you guys know that they're going to be dropping on Wednesdays. I typically record the episode Monday or Tuesday. So if you're seeing this, I would love you guys to either comment below or email me. And for the audio listeners, my email is sorry_podcast. And for those of you who don't know what an underscore is, it's that long little line on the bottom. You like hold down like the control and like the little dash. So sorry_podcast@outlook.com. And email me questions, complaints. Actually, don't fuck the complaints. I don't want any complaints. I have enough of that in the day. Questions. Maybe you have a question you want me to answer. Maybe you need to vent. Maybe you're having issues. You know, the reality is in real life, I actually am a good listener and a good advice giver. I may not take it all the time, but I do want the best for people. So I'm more than happy if you have a situation that you want an honest answer. If there's anything I'm going to give you, it's an honest answer. Whether it be right, wrong, I will give you 100%. I don't sugarcoat. So if you're you know trying to if you have a situation, you're trying to talk it over with your little friends or your family, and you feel like they're just sugarcoating the shit out of it because they love you and care about you, I don't know you. So send me whatever your situation is, and I'll be more than happy to give you my honest opinion and my honest advice on it. And that way you can get a clear, non-biased, third-party opinion on what the fuck you think you should do or not do, or how you feel, or whatever. It may be harsh, so I will just warn you in advance that if you are going to send me some story that you want me to talk about, and you are looking for basically someone to coddle you, depending on the situation, it may or may not happen, because it's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that, you send me some sob story about the fact that, you're cheating on your wife, and she found out, and now she burned all your shit up and bleached all your clothes. I'm probably not going to be empathetic towards you. You're going to have some harsh reality hits of how much of a piece of shit you are for doing that, and that you were very deserving of it. So just be careful with what you send me. Okay? I'm a nice person, but I'm very honest, sometimes brutally honest, and sometimes that does backfire on some people. So anyway, moral of this podcast is think before you do. Think before you do. In life, on the internet, if anything, do it more on the internet, because the internet saves everything. And the amount of embarrassment that you can have for saying or doing the smallest of things is unreal, and sometimes extremely underestimated. So also for any men that want to make any stupid ass comments on my videos about what I shouldn't be doing, or what I should or should not look like, or the fact that I'm a mother or not, please note, you are wasting your precious time. Go comment on someone else's video, because I promise you, I don't give a fuck what you think. And now I'm going to make it a priority to embarrass you, just for taking the time out to try to hurt my feelings. Other than that, this last week of the year, it's going great. It's going great. I'm sick as fuck. I've met some cool people I've enjoyed chit-chatting with and stuff. I'm welcoming the new year to new people, new relationships. Not so much like actual relationships, because I've come to realize I actually don't want a relationship. I really just want to enjoy me. Okay, and anybody else that comes in to my circle during that time, I will enjoy, but that's about it. The problem is, I was away for so long, it's all I know, so I'm unlearning that and learning that I'm just going to be in a relationship with myself, and anybody that comes into it is like an asset. It's like a bonus, it's like an extra Chuck E. Cheese ticket that you can now get an extra piece of candy with, So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just enjoying good company, good vibes, no bad energy, no negativity, and that's what I'm going into the new year with. So it's not so much a new year, new me, because I'm literally the same fucking person, just apparently going to be sick. But I'm going into it with a new mindset of not needing some of the things I felt I needed before to validate me as a person, because I was just used to conforming to that mold of being a wife. I don't think I actually knew who I was. I just have always associated with being a wife and a mother, that I forgot who I actually am as a separate entity. So I'm focusing on that, and basically anybody that comes into that side of me and that portion of who I am is just going to be an asset, in one way or another, in whatever form that they fulfill in my life. And that's just what it's going to be. But definitely no bad energy, no bad juju, just not with it. So anybody that is currently in my life that is causing me any bad juju or bad negative energy, your days are limited. They are coming and winding down to a halt. So once that clock strikes 12 a.m., if you do not hear from me anymore, just know you are one of them. And that's just what it's going to be. No explanations are needed. No explanations are needed. I feel like, you can only hold people accountable for so long, and you can only hold them accountable so many times before they know they're in the wrong and they just don't give a fuck. So at that point, you are not deserving of an explanation. You are just deserving of my absence. So that's exactly what it will be. So on that note, I hope everyone has a happy new year, because the next podcast I have will be after the new year. So have a safe and happy new year. Be fucking safe. You don't have to be good. You can be bad, but be safe. And enjoy life. Be happy we're seeing another year. Hopefully the next year is better than last year, because I think pretty much this last year has kicked everyone's ass. So let's just recover, bounce back, and be better. But yeah, I'm going to try to attempt sleep now for a couple hours and hope that I wake up feeling better. And that's a wrap for the Sorry Not Sorry podcast. Happy New Year's, assholes.